G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Sport again, on the northeast side of the map in the colour green, playing as the Chinese. It's Lenok. And on the southwest side of the map in the colour orange, playing as the Rus. The one and only, it is the Wallaloo god himself, Salami. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a casted game. We are here on the ladder, and we are here following the story of the Rus. A civilization which has by far the highest win rate of any civilization on any single map. Currently, the Rus have a 72.7% win rate. That is absolutely insane when you think about that. Out of 3 games, they win 2 of them, and then even more than that. That's how high that is. Now, we're going to talk a hell lot more about this, but before we do it, a quick word about our Patreon. Are you keen to get better at Age of Empires 4? Are you interested in watching someone else get coached or getting some one-on-one coaching for yourself? If so, check out the Patreon, where you can find dozens of coaching videos where I personally guide players through the process of improvement, with new videos being added every single week. With coaching for all skill levels and for all civilizations, there's something for everyone. Now, when it comes to my credentials, while I might not be the Red Bull Wallaloo champion, I'm still a pretty decent skill level, sitting at the Conqueror 3 ranking for 1v1. So if you are interested in some coaching, make sure you check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description. Now let's get back to the action. Alright, so there's a lot of things that make the Rus overpowered when it comes to this map, and I don't use that word lightly. Overpowered. This is 100% overpowered. We often talk about, things that are 53, 54% win rate being too strong or overpowered. Well, this is 72.7% win rate, and that's at Conqueror Plus, and that's over more than 120 games. That's a lot of sample size when you consider we're talking about Conqueror. 120 different games at the Conquer level where the Rus have won 72.7%. So what makes them so strong? Well, number one, let's start off with these bad boys right here. Have a look at that, the hunting cabin. This is what makes Rus insanely strong in the Dark Age. This hunting cabin is collecting 57 gold a minute. This one, 39 gold a minute. That's not even my final form. That's not even my final form, because the final form for this civilization, the Rus, doesn't even start to happen until you've got all of your hunts collected. Have a look at this. 1 hunt in this base, 1 hunt over in the enemy base, 2 hunts, 3 hunts, 4 hunts, 5 hunts, 6 hunts, 7 hunts. 7 hunts on this map. A normal map has got 4. This has got 7. So it means it's almost double the deer for you to kill. And don't forget the boars. We've got 1 boar here, another boar down here, and another boar over here. Sometimes it spawns with 4 boars, sometimes it spawns with 3. This time, it spawned with 3. So it's still more boars than what you would normally get. 50% more boar, 75% more hunt. And I think when it came to wolves, I was actually counting the wolves that you have on this map. It seems like there's only about 5 or 6 wolves on this map. So I guess that's how they balance it. But still, it just seems kind of crazy. At the moment, Salami's going to be off the Richter scale. Now, there's no way for us to actually check what his bounty is. But you can be assured that as the bounty increases, so does the gather rate of these hunting cabins. Now, I think what's kind of wild to me is that we're in the Dark Age, and he's already picked up the gold equivalent of more than a relic. So right now, he's sitting on 96 gold a minute coming through from his hunting cabins. And that's at the very first minute into the game. He went for a double hunting cabin opening, hasn't even bothered to chop wood at this point. He did a little bit of the straggler, that was it. And then he's just been aging up straight away behind this. Look how much gold he's got, though. 380 gold. It's absolute insane. You've got to remember that when it comes to the Rus, it's a civilization that's balanced specifically around the Gaia that's on the map and on the hunting cabins. And their strength is intentionally, we can see he's just crossed over the threshold for the 250 amount there. So this civilization is specifically balanced around, having hunting cabins that aren't going to be in wood lines like this, but rather your more circular wood line. So maybe putting a hunting cabin against here, where it does potentially look at, instead of getting a 64 a minute hunting cabin, you're probably at like a 23 or a 24, something like that. That's what the civilization is balanced around. And we've seen the Rus be very strong for a long time, just based on that. Now, obviously, in the most recent patch, the Rus got hit very hard by the changes to town centers, the changes to, there were a lot of things that actually hit them really hard. But I think the biggest thing was a lot of Rus players had been playing the same way for a long time, where they'd been reliant heavily on... By the way, have a look at the sheep right now that we've got running around this map. That is a lot of sheep. But a lot of Rus players have been reliant on a very specific style of build order where you go for a second town center, even go for a third town center, and now that that build order is just so heavily delayed. But let's see exactly what Salami looks to do here as the age up comes through. He's a little bit population. Oh, he's fast castle. Oh my god, he's fast castling. Look at the resources he's got. We're 5 minutes into the game and he's about to click up to castle age. Oh, Salami literally ages up. He's got a ticket in. Oh, this is so silly. Oh, don't you just... I didn't even realize what he was doing until I saw it. And look how fast the gold trickles in as well. 64 a minute from here, 44 a minute from there. He's getting more than 100 he's getting more than 107 gold. It's 108 gold a minute coming through. And there we go. The click up comes through. He's going for the high trade. Oh, oh my god. I'm having myself a field day right now. All right, I guess we can see why Rus is overpowered now. And look at the villagers. He's aging up with 20 villagers. Oh my god. Meanwhile, over on the other side of the map, Lennox being chilling right now. John Cena's in the base. He hasn't even hit Song Dynasty yet. He's like, you know, I think we can do a 5-minute 40, drop the landmark down. I guess that seems all right. Lennox just having a great time. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, you've got Giga Chad Salami going for a sub 6-minute Rus fast castle. How high is this going to be? How high is it going to be? 277 gold a minute. That's pretty insane when you think about it. And keep in mind, this is more than 3 relics. So you've got 3 relics here, basically 4.5 relics right there. And on top of that, you're getting in the deer carcasses. So this is 10. This is so busted, dude. He's up and... Okay, all right. Well, for anybody wondering why I'm not a fan of Hideout, this is the reason why. Rus is insane on this map. How do you lose as Rus on this map? This is crazy. And I think, for me, I guess the crazy part is, how did this get past the balance team? How was this allowed? How were they like, you know what? It's kind of balanced, this map for Rus. Like, this is absolutely wild. Oh my lord, Salami. You trust Salami to find the best possible way, the most effective strategy. It's always going to be him. He just knows how to do it. Another really good spot out here for one of those high trade houses. Now, one of the other things that we've seen Rus players actually do on this map is just look to dot around all of these hunting cabins around the edges of their the wood line. So there's some really good spots right here, little nooks and crannies that you can actually put your hunting cabin in. Here's another good one. So you want to try and do as many of those as you can. But there's actually a limit on gold that you can generate through the passive nature of hunting cabins and through the high trade house. If I remember correctly, it's 900 gold a minute. You can't actually exceed that amount. It might display that you're exceeding it, but you won't ever get more than 900 gold a minute. It will always reflect that gold a minute will always be capped at 900. But we do see now in the north of the map, Lennox going to be looking to begin walling up on his west side. Also, just finally adding in the second TC for the Song Dynasty. And look how, I don't want to be rude or anything, but look how slow it is at the moment. And keep in mind, Lennox one of the best players in the world, but this is something that, you know, we mentioned the Patreon earlier. I would love to just sit down with Lennox and be like, hey, Lennox, you know that your build order is 2 minutes behind where it could be. We could literally have you on 2 Town Center Song Dynasty at 5 minutes 50. That's kind of crazy to think about because it's 7 minutes 50 and he's doing it. Obviously, he's one of the best players in the world with this build order. Can you imagine how good he would be with an optimized build order? It's crazy to think. He's got another level of skill, and he's going to have to need it this game because going up against Salami, not only are you going up against a civilization that has a more than 72% win rate on this map, but you're also going up against someone who just knows how to manipulate the civilization to get the maximum result. And he's already beginning to do it. We can see he's added in a 3rd hunting cabin, 4th one coming down over on that side, and more villagers now moving out. It looks like he might be going for a bit of a counter wall. Indeed he is. Relics coming through. Could go for a wall of lol here if he stands right on top of the villager. Indeed he does. He should be able to get this, so this needs to be deleted. This needs to be deleted, otherwise it's going to get converted. I'm here for the entertainment value today, guys. Don't mind me. How did that villager make it out? I am genuinely curious how that villager made it out. He has got his shuffling pants on, that is for sure. Oh, he's got wheelbarrow. Guys, I didn't factor in the wheelbarrow. And I love that the warrior scout just turns around and he's like, oh, you guys want to fight? Let's fight. That's impressive stuff. Now, where is my music? We just had music, and I've lost it. Give me my music back. You can see him trying to actually take out the villager here. Not going to have a lot of luck. Horse Archer goes down. Second Horse Archer going to come out. He's just focusing down the Horseman, though. Warrior Monk, so tanky. That's kind of ludicrous to see how much power that thing's got. But pretty smart walls here by Lee Nock. So obviously tried to wall out the first relic. Wasn't successful. Another relic up towards the north. Second relic. So it's two relics that are walled off. And obviously we've got one down here. One over this side. So in total, 3 relics look like they're going to be going over towards Salami. Now, he's continuing to add in more and more hunting cabins. We can see right here, he's dotting them around the west side of his base. Still yet to add in any more, but I suspect we've got a hunting cabin coming down, or rather a wooden fortress. And he's just going straight into the middle. Is he going for a chop through? Oh, he could be going for a chop through. If he's going for a chop through, he's so on the ball. He just knows what to do on maps like this. It's really impressive watching him play. It's always such a delight to witness Salami play because you never know what you're going to see. And I come into this game, I've got no idea what he's been up to. I've got no idea how he looks to play this map. All I know is the civilization that he's playing. All I know is the matchup that he's against. And it's just absolutely brilliant every single time. But now that gold per minute is going to continue increasing. Remember, it caps out. I think it's 900. We'll be able to actually tell how much gold per minute it is. Obviously, we'll factor in the relics. These guys are 80 gold a minute each. And then we can subtract from there. But I wonder if that also is affected. I wonder if the relics count towards that cap. Maybe there's like a specific passive gold cap that you can have. But then would things like the English gold generation from farms also be included to that? Surely not. That's a different... I think that's more of an active generation of gold because it's not really passive. I wonder how that mechanic works. You know, I should look into that. You know what, Age of Noob, I don't know if you're listening, but I'd love to know more about the Rus. You know what, that probably doesn't deserve its own video, does it? It's probably a small thing. Maybe like a 2-liner is all it would need to explain that. But we see a nice little chop through coming through from Salami, and oh, it's just perfect. It's just perfect. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Wonderfully played right there from Salami. Chops through the wall so he can get in behind the enemy lines, so he can look to try and pick up these relics, and then also walls out his enemy so that he can't make any walls across. Now, if he wants to wall, he's going to have to try and wall all the way around here, but of course, Salami anticipates that and has walled him off. Walled him out. Now, these warrior monks should be able to heal each other up. So as long as he races towards this relic, immediately hits it, and keeps the warrior monk running, he should be fine. Wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Oh, he's going to heal it with the main one. Oh, never mind me. Oh, he's going to try. Oh, damn, girl. So damn close, Salami. And now this one's going to get off for sure, but he's got nothing that he can heal his friend with. So the way I was thinking about it is you want to pick up the relic with this guy, and then you just want to be running around in the circle and letting this guy heal up the other one as you kind of run him around non-stop. Warrior Monk looks like it's going to get taken out here. So good job by Lee Nock to just kind of shut this down, but look at that. Warrior Monk stays alive, 10 health remaining. Horseman does have the additional attack, which is going to enable it to one-shot. There we go. Relic stays on the ground, and the re-wall does come through behind this. But we can see that there's a number of units moving in. And look at Salami. He's just so on the ball. The tempo is so high right now from him. And really, you can see that Lee Nock is struggling at this point. Interesting position on the wood chopping as well. He's specifically not chopping towards the center. I suspect he thinks that his enemy might look to chop through, and so he just wants to avoid it. High Trade House still pumping out gold every single minute. The equivalent of 3 relics here. Huge hunting cabins back on this side, and more hunting cabins continuing to go up, even though this one is lacking a certain villager. But now, finally, it looks like Lee Nock is going to be adding in some military production units. Taking out the Imperial official is actually a double-edged sword. While it's an expensive unit, you don't actually hit your enemy's economy that badly because they can just simply rebuild them from the Imperial Academy. Second, another Imperial official goes down. That might have been the first one, I think. And now it looks like the re-wall has come through completely here. You can see Lee not going to be losing a villager for it. And Relic actually getting picked up once again. I think there's still a hole through here. You know, if there's one thing you can know about Salami, it's that your walls are never safe. Never, ever safe. But in the same sentence, or in the same vein, we see that your warrior monk is not safe either. Men-at-arm numbers starting to build. Adding in a siege workshop. Double barracks on the front line. I love the way that he's got the production staggered here as well. You can see that he's got huge control coming in on this game. And this is part of the reason why the Rus is so strong on this map. They've just got so much tempo. Look at the villager count at the moment on gold. 0 villagers on gold, but he's stacking up more than 600. 640 gold a minute. He's getting his upgrades in. Plenty of upgrades. He's got lumber preservation in. +2 ranged armor coming through right now. Looking to pick up wedge rivets. Salami in an insanely good position. But now the veteran spearmen are coming in. These guys are going to be able to hold on. right now for Lenok, but Lenok is backed into a corner. And remember, as Chinese, you want to be exposed to as much of the openness as possible so that you can begin making farms, because you've got no space to make farms on this map. The best chance you've got is maybe a mill down on these berries to buy you a little bit of time, but then you're going to have to start thinking about expanding towards this position. That's the only way that you're going to really be able to get some decent farmland in. We see that relic is getting snuck back. There's a way through here, and we can see that he hasn't actually... I suspect Lenok... Yeah, Lenok probably hasn't cancelled this wall. You can see there's the two corners of the wall haven't been cancelled, so you can actually go through that. Once that gets cancelled, you wouldn't be able to go through it. But until it gets built, it remains open. Now Lenok, unfortunately not supervising the correct lumber camp. There we go. Picks it up. Very, very nicely done. And now villagers moving over towards the stone mine. A lot of villagers, so probably going to be looking for a keep drop. Now at the moment, when it comes to the economic numbers, we see at the moment Lenok sitting at about 3.5k resources a minute. Compare that over to his opponent, who's sitting at about 3k. So even though China is, you know, not the favored civilization on this map... Oh, don't do it, Salami. Salami's going to do it. Lenok spots it, though. Lenok's going to try and... No, Lenok, don't do it. And I think Lenok realizes. He says, go, 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 go. Oh, my lord. It's by the skin of his teeth. Jeez Louise. He holds on for a second time against that. And now realizing, oh, there's a hole in my bloody wall. That's why it keeps happening. God damn it. Fixes it up. Now you're not going to be able to get through. You're going to need to bring another villager out here to chop that one through. But look at the military mass building in on this east side of the map. He's going to need to drop a keep or some stone walls, something. He's going to need to be dropped here to begin delaying this. But already we can see double siege workshop coming out from Salami. He's got half the villagers of his enemy, but he doesn't care. It doesn't matter to him. And this is actually a pretty solid keep. I do like this from Lenok. This is going to open up a whole bunch of space. So right here, he's going to be able to drop farms down. And that's exactly what he needs to do. And we can see he's looking to drop farms down right now. But I wouldn't advise this is the spot to do it. When this Barbican goes down, your enemy's going to be opened up completely. And your base is going to be trampled by the knights of your enemy. Relic was trying to go back through the base of Salami. Or rather, through the base of Lenok. Salami maybe making a little bit of a mistake there. Perhaps he could have gone for the long run around. Let's ride on board on the other side. And we can see now 369 gold a minute on that high trade house coming through for Salami. He's reached the final tier. 86 gold a minute here. 58 gold a minute. 1,100 gold a minute. Passive. He's not doing anything. He's got his legs up on the desk right now, and he's making more than 1,000 gold a minute. Or at least it's hovering around 992. Is that it? Is that the limit? He's got a sacred site also picked up here. Second sacred site coming through. So looking for that victory condition. And it begins. Gold a minute now sitting over 1,000. Literally doing nothing and making all of this. He's also getting 20%. This is the kind of crazy thing about Rus, right? Like, his wood gathering is boosted by 20%. His food gathering is boosted as well because of his bounty. So you can see right there an extra 15% food gather rate. And then he gets free gold. It's crazy, the power of this civilization when you can harness the benefits. And I think on this map, it's just the play style together with the natural fauna that's on this map, the flora, the way that it's developed. Everything just goes perfectly for the Rus. And that's what makes them so damn strong. But now we see Trebs moving forward. I feel like Lenok is having such a difficult time to challenge this. When we look at the siege numbers, Salami just ahead by a mile rather. Massive amount of units here as well. 25 men at arms. He's also got that +2 ranged armor. Don't forget that. And Springle numbers looking solid for him. Knight's going to be moving in onto the front line. Able to take out one of the Springles. Second Springle going to come up. He trades it out, but Nesta B's on the top side. Looking pretty solid. Mangonel shot going to hit the back line. Crossbows. Decent and beautiful trade coming through right there. Do never underestimate the power of the Nesta Bees against the Springles. Those things do not mess around. But still the numbers here for Salami are just overwhelming, demonstrating the power of the Rus here. This is why the Rus has 72% win rate, and it looks like Salami will go on to contribute to that even further. He is absolutely clowning on his enemy right now. The numbers are massive, more than 4 times the amount of units. Mangonel, though, might go down here, takes another shot from that Lancer. Lancer, fortunately, does go the way of the Dodo. And now continuing to hold on. Lenok looking for a way back into this game. A keep going to be going up. Bit of an emergency keep. Mangonel shot coming down. It looks doubtful that this keep is going to be getting up with this many villagers. But fortunately, more get pulled. Crossbows firing off on the front line. Knight going to be heading towards that backline, looking to take out the Mangonel. And the villagers going to have to head away with their rice in their hands. Look at these guys go. Green villagers with their rice. I don't actually... I'm not a rice farmer, so I don't know, but I feel like my rice is not this color. You may be pulling your crops a little bit too early, Chinese villagers. But they do head back to the keep, looking to try and secure it. They know how important it is to get this keep up. You get this keep up, you're going to be in a solid position. But remember, your enemy's got triple treb. And triple trebuchets are going to absolutely eat through this. So even getting this keep up, it's the consequence of bad placement of these farms. You didn't need to put these farms here. You had a beautiful spot over here where they would have been a lot safer. Sure, your base is still going to be getting killed by the trebuchets, but at least you're not going to be losing villagers. You've lost 33 villagers so far. How many of them were because of this keep? And this is where it comes into decision making. Even though Leenock, one of the best players in the world, sometimes lacks the foresight to predict what is going to happen once he loses his Barbican. We do see 3 Springalds down here as well, just getting cleaned up. I wonder how long they've been sitting there. And now landmarks starting to fall down for Leenock. Keep in mind, he's got 2 landmarks that are remaining, and they're right here in the base. There's a good chance that Salami doesn't even see a GG from his enemy, but instead just takes him out completely. And the landmark snipe. Keep in mind, the Sacred Victory is approaching as well. So Leenock, there's multiple ways he could go out of this game right now. But still, he holds on and he fights. One of the things to know about Leenock is he does not give up until he is sure he's going to be losing. And take a look at the score. This is part of the reason why you just can't trust score. Would you consider right now that Salami is at a disadvantage over Leenock? Surely not. Surely not. But there's still a 600-point difference between them. Leenock with the score lead here. And you just wouldn't think it. 3rd landmark about to go down. Villagers continuing to get picked off by the Springalds. And indeed, the 3rd landmark goes down with a 4th and final landmark remaining. Salami continuing to eat towards the center, but it's not even going to matter. And we can see that Leenock's realized it's time to go. Springalds firing off on the backside. He manages to trade out 1 for 1. More Springalds coming through. Look at the numbers, but he's bugging out. He's kind of stuck right there. Just doing a little bit of back and forth. Nest of bees, 1 remains, but it looks like it's not actually going to get taken out. So this could be Salami's hold, or rather Leenock's hold, but look at this. You've got to try and stop this. You need to get up here right now. He needs to force these back. But look at the numbers. He's finally pulled villagers. He's finally realized he's got, oh crap, that's right. I need to keep this landmark alive. And the Springalds do move forward. He's going to be able to take out the Mangonel. And with that, Leenock holds on a little bit longer. Forces back the trebuchets, takes out one as well. And lives to see another day. Leenock holding. Leenock up 2,000 points right now. How is Leenock up this many points? Surely this can't be reliable. And we can see right now that Leenock has just spent 1,000 wood in the blink of an eye. Not enough to repair this astronomical clock tower all the way back up. Now remember, the landmark does not count as repaired until it reaches 100% health. This landmark, because it was never killed, it was never eliminated or destroyed like this one was here, it still counts as a landmark. So this is the one you want to focus all of your repairing effort on. This is the one that you need to keep alive. Of course, the town center, you'd like to repair it back up as well because it's nice to have a high health landmark and it's nice to have a town center producing villages. But of course, you need to be able to prioritize who you should be repairing and who you should not be repairing. But still right now, things starting to look a little bit more even. Leenock doing better in that fight than what many would have suspected. I thought the game was probably ending right there and then. I genuinely did. I thought that there's no way that Leenock holds this, but somehow he found a way. The Springled numbers were pretty solid, but never mind. We've got a Sacred Victory approaching. I forgot about that. Yes, we have a Sacred Victory approaching, of course. The other win condition available to our Rus player on this map. Of course, you know, we've talked about how good the Rus are on this map. Their proclivity to go for relics means that they've got those warrior monks sitting out there ready to go and take sacred sites. And of course, they love to do it. They love to be able to push their advantage, secure map control. It's exactly what Salami's done here, and now looks to begin walling up. Now, how many walls do we begin to see as a knight, or rather lancer, begins moving out towards this west side? Very cognizant of the threat. Springled in placement. Going to be firing down upon that lancer. No chance that he's able to deny it with a simple lancer. And we start to see more layers of walls coming through for Salami. And things looking worse for wear right now for Leenock. Beautiful Springled numbers, though. He's done a great job. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but it looks like there's a little bit of RGB on these Springalds. I don't know what the graphical bug is or how to replicate it, but as long as I move the camera, they'll give you a little flash sometimes. It's like we're down at the nudist beach. But I guess if you're at the nudist beach, you're not really flashing because everyone's just like, that's the default. Anyway, you get what I mean. You get what I mean. Numbers looking really solid though for Salami. Look at this. 36 siege for both players. You know, they said that siege was dead. Remember when siege got nerfed? Remember when siege got nerfed? Now look at it. Now look at it. 10 Springles coming out for Lenok. On the other side, 10 Springles for Salami. It's a bit confusing for me because you got Salami on the left side, Lenok on the right side because they spawned that way. But now with Salami's forward base over on the right side of the map, you kind of, you lean the other way, don't you? But it looks like Lenok realizes now is the time to move out. Springald's moving forward. He's looking to try and pick them off. Let's see how good the micro is. Lenok, famed for his micro, Korean. Beautiful, coming through. Oh, look at the micro coming out from Lenok. Numbers looking really solid here. We do see there's more repairs coming through on the backside. Springald numbers still looking very solid for Lenok. He's able to hold on in this position. Look at the beautiful micro coming out from Lenok. Massive advantage when it comes to his Springalds remaining. 4 Springalds remaining, and he's able to focus the Mangonels down. But look at the men-at-arm numbers. Incredibly hefty. And now Villagers going to be looking to challenge this Sacred Site play over on the west side. More units continuing to come out. Nesta B is going to get focused down on the front line. He's got another double coming up the rear with the gear. But still the men-at-arm numbers are looking very solid here. And now Palace Guards together with Villagers. Going to be making their way through. Lenok, he's under pressure. And Salami moves all Villagers to the Sacred Site to hold this a little bit longer. Villagers repairing up over on this western position. And meanwhile, on the east side, Lenok is out of gas. And not only out of gas, but he's under pressure. More men-at-arms moving to the base, chasing away that Nesta B. Get back to the pavilion, friend. 3 of those landmarks have been repaired up. There's no chance of a landmark snipe now. And the Villagers continue pressure. And Salami looks almost set right now to win with a sacred victory. 60 seconds left. No possibility of an east side invasion at all. All the focus is on the west. And now, almost curiously, he is sending these Palace Guards to the other side of the map. And not just the Palace Guards, he's sending everybody to this side of the map. He realizes he can't get through over on the west side. So he says, you know what? We're just going to send everyone, Villagers, coming out in mass. And good game gets called. Lenok realizes there's no way he's going to do it. Salami victorious and demonstrating why the Rus are overpowered when it comes to this map. Beautifully played by Salami. Absolutely immaculate stuff. Fellas, go check out Lenok. Go check out Salami. I'll leave links in the description to where you can catch them. And of course, check out the Patreon if you want some coaching.